In today's video, I wanted to talk about Japanese manicures. I had one of our viewers, reach me, and she asked, I'm going to translate it. She asked, I would like to ask what you think about the so-called Japanese manicure. Is it worth using? It's about rubbing powder and special paste into the nail. I haven't found your opinion about it anywhere, and I'm wondering if it's worth going back to using it. So she's used it in the past, or maybe it's not recommended at all. Okay, so I'm going to read it in Polish as well, because let's just have fun. Chciałabym zapytać, co sądzi Pani o tak zwanym manicure japońskim? Czy warto go stosować? Chodzi dokładnie o wcieranie pyłku i specjalnej pasty. Nie znalazłam nigdzie Pani opinii na jego temat, a zastanawiam się, czy warto wracać do stosowania go, czy może wcale nie jest on wskazany. Okay, so I've never used it, and when I come across a product that I don't know much about, I look at the ingredients right away. So I'm going to show you the process, how I create an opinion about something. So this video is about my opinion. I could be wrong, I don't know, but I'm going to try to tell you what the product really is. I'm going to comment on the marketing claims because they're quite something else. And I'm going to give you pros and cons based on that information, because nothing is really good or bad. Everything has pros and cons, okay? All right, so first of all, I look at the information. Okay, so I'm going to translate it. So this is from a Polish website, and they describe how to use it and what are the benefits. All right, so let's translate it quickly. Japanese manicure is a natural protection of the nail plate. Protection, okay, that's a strong word. The use of Japanese manicure has a positive effect on the nail plate and gives it a unique shine. Okay, that is true. The positive, I'm not sure. The treatment eliminates irregularities and cracks. How can it remove crack? But okay, it is recommended for brittle and splitting nails. The preparations contain keratin. I haven't seen it in the ingredients. Vitamins A and E, beeswax, and silica from Sea of Japan. Okay, so that's very fancy. Additional effect of the treatment is gloss. Okay, so that's just an additional effect that lasts on the plate for 5 days with the nutritional properties 2 weeks. Every 2 to 3 weeks, you should refill it, similarly to the gel or acrylic method. Okay, there's just so much here. We're gonna go back to it. We perform the Japanese manicure to strengthen the natural nail plate. Brittle and fragile nails become strong and elastic. Okay, wow. The treatment gives them unique glow. Depending on the needs, we repeat the treatment every 2 to 3 weeks, during which time we do not paint our nails with varnish. All right, so that sounds amazing, no? So it includes 3 paper files, 2 buffers, paste, powder, and spatula. All right, so let's look at the ingredients. All right, so the ingredients are, okay, so here, deer skin polishers. Okay, so much for being vegan, maybe, although they don't claim it's vegan. Anyway, so the product that she inquired about, it's called Pea Shine. I'm not sure about the name. Pea Shine paste. Okay, and the powder. All right, so the first ingredient, guys, it is diatomaceous earth. Second ingredient is propylene glycol, glycerin, water, stearic acid, and some other potassium hydroxide and sodium something. The pea shine powder also, okay, there was a typo. Diatomaceous earth as well, and water, glycerin, stearic acid, paraffin, beeswax, lanolin. So I don't see the keratin in it, but whatever. Keratin doesn't really work on the nails. So, when I'm not sure about the ingredients, I go to Decode. It's called Decode NICI, and I go through the ingredients, and they give me what the ingredients are. So, diatomaceous earth is an abrasive, a scrub. So that is the first ingredient. Propylene glycol is a moisturizer, humectant, and a solvent. So usually it's contained in cosmetics between 10 and 30%. It's a very common ingredient. It actually helps the ingredients to penetrate into the skin. The next ingredient would be glycerin. Okay, fine. It's a skin and identical ingredient, moisturizer and humectant. Then it's water, which is a solvent as well. Stearic acid is emollient, viscosity controlling, and then you have buffering and buffering, which that adjusts the pH level. And because there is water in it, it has to have a preservative, so it has the sodium di blah 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 and BHT antioxidant preservative. Okay, so when you think about it, when you have irregular surface of the nail, which is absolutely normal, natural, there's two ways of making it smoother. One would be to deposit something into those areas, and the other one, the lower areas, and the other one would be to remove those high areas, so you now have a even surface. Judging by the ingredients, there's nothing in this product that would permanently for 2 weeks deposit anything that would stay through hand washing. What this product does really is you're supposed to use a buffer to first buff the nail, and then you really buff the nail with a finer abrasive. What do you think? And let's quickly Google what this diatomaceous earth is. So diatomaceous earth, also known as diatomite and some other names, is a naturally occurring soft rock that can be crumbled into fine off-white powder. It has a particle size ranging from more than 3 millimeters to less than 1 micrometer, but typically between 10 and 200. So to put things in perspective, hair is about 50 micrometers. So it's the size of, let's say, right, a hair. And depending how ground it is, I guess, this powder can have an abrasive feel similar to pumice powder and has a low density as a result of its high porosity. So it's a scrub. All right, so let's see what they say how to use it, this wonderful product. We recommend the complete treatment with the professional set 2 to 3 times a month. So let's say every 2 weeks. The set is enough for approximately 200 complete treatments. This semi-dry cream, green jar, is intended to ensure the penetration of the active ingredient into the nail. And the powder, the pink jar, to seal the active ingredient into the nail and protect and polish the nail. Okay, nothing of this doesn't make any sense, because what is the active ingredient in this first product? There is glycerin, I don't know, glycerin maybe or something, but you just can put cream on your nails that has glycerin. And the pink has this to seal active ingredient into the nail. No, you're scrubbing your nail with a sand. You're not sealing anything. It is recommended to repeat the care with the cream 2 or 3 times a week between treatments. Okay, so you're supposed to rub in the cream that has the glycerin and beeswax or whatever 2 or 3 times a week between treatments. Okay, good. Okay, so I'm editing this video and I just wanted to add the second product also has the abrasive, but it also has the beeswax and the glycerin and all that, but it still is sanding the nail. This set is for home care. A small package is available for this purpose. All right, so this is how to do it. This is funny. For the first treatment, fluff up the nail surface with the pink half of the pink-green double-sided file, so the active ingredient can better penetrate the nail layers. Which is the active ingredient? I guess the glycerin in it, no? Like, okay, hold on. Like, I don't understand. The green filling side is for possible nail shaping. In the case of thin nails, we recommend not fluffing. Why not? The fluffing is supposed to be helping, no? With regular treatment, fluffing should only be done on the entire nail surface for the first time. For subsequent treatments, only the new growth part of the nail should be fluffed. This doesn't make any sense, because if something is helping to penetrate and is not damaging, then you would want to repeat this whole thing on the whole surface. But no, they know that the product is super abrasive and, you know, it should not be used on a whole entire surface every single time, because you're just thinning your nails. So actually I have a bit of a scary story. So I had someone contact me who was selling this type of product, explaining how good it is for the nails. So I don't know if it was a manufacturer or a distributor or something. And she was telling me that this really works. And the reason why you have to repeat it is because after a while, the nail surface becomes dull again. And that means, I guess she was saying, that means that the nail is growing. So it's like helping the nail to exfoliate itself, so it grows again, because it becomes, the new nail cells reach the top because it's dull again. No, it's not because of that. And this is scary, that the person doesn't even understand how a nail functions, because the nail is not growing from the bottom up. It is not. It's growing from the root out. So if you thin out the nail, that surface is going to be thinner until it grows out. So the new growth is going to be thicker. But there is no way of, once you remove the layers of the nail plate from certain area, that area is going to be permanently thinner. It just has to grow out. So the reason why it's getting dull is because it's getting scratched, not because the new cells are reaching the surface of the nail. That's just absolutely silly. Okay, so it says, using the white dosing spoon, distribute a small amount of semi-dry cream, the green jar on the nail, gently pressed on the green block polisher, then polish the material into the nail surface until the nail starts to shine. Okay, hold the polisher at both ends and always move it in one direction, not back and forth. You know, it doesn't really matter if you are filing something. It doesn't matter. Nail is not like wood, that it has a direction, believe it or not. Yes, sometimes it has ridges that are running in certain directions, but the actual nail plate is and they don't tell you which direction, this way or that way. But anyway, so the nail, the first 20% of the nail is made up of cells that are positioned almost like a bunch of pancakes, and they don't have any direction. The middle side of the nail, the 50% of the nail, because there's 3 layers, the 50% of the nail plate is actually goes this way. So there's fibers that kind of grow this way. So if they grow this way, really polishing back and forth, it doesn't make any difference, right? And the top layer of the nail plate, the 30% of the nail plate, again, just like the bottom, in a very similar way, it looks almost like flattened pancakes, with that they're on the nail plate, not laying in any particular direction. So that whole notion of filing back and forth, it doesn't make any sense. What makes sense is the grit, obviously, because higher grit is going to give you smoother surface. The lower grit is going to give you a rougher surface. So let's go back to this. Spread the powder pink jar in a small amount on the nail and polish it with the pink block polisher in the same way as described for the cream. Finally, clean the nails and blah, blah, blah. Okay, the treatment can be supplemented with skin loosening and oiling. Okay, that's weird. Okay, let's go back to the funny claims here again. A Japanese manicure is a natural protection of the nail plate. Tell me, how is it protecting? Now that you know all what I just told you, how is it protecting the nail? Nothing is really staying on the nail for a long time. So yes, in the second product, there was some beeswax, there was glycerin, blah, blah, blah. But if you think that these products, which they are protective until you wash your hands, really, right? Mind you, oil soaks are a little bit, especially jojoba soaks, are a little bit more effective, because when you do it on a regular basis, the oil has a, because when the actual wax, jojoba is a wax, is warmed up, it has easier time to enter into the nail plate and stay and kind of lubricate the nail cells in the area between the nail cells, and it helps the nail cells to move and be flexible instead of breaking and cracking. So the oil soaks, or the jojoba soaks, in my opinion, would be way more effective than scratching your nail or shining your nails. The use of Japanese manicure has a positive effect on the nail plate and gives it unique shine. Okay, I agree about the shine, but it does not have a positive effect other than visually, right? And the treatment eliminates irregularities. Yes, I agree. So again, let's go back. Sorry, I'm all over the place. When you have a piece of wood that's dead, by the way, nail plate is dead too. So when you have a wood that is a little bit rough. Applying, actually, here, wax, right? The solve or something that's beeswax or oil, whatever. Yes, it's going to make it a little bit more shiny. It's going to fill it in a little bit. Yeah, definitely. Because I mean, when I put this on my nails are more shiny. Are they really much smoother? Not really, but they're more shiny and nicer looking. In order to make the wood very shiny, you have to take a buffer and remove parts of the wood. So when you remove the top layer of the wood is not going to regenerate from the bottom and somewhere because it's dead. Same thing with the nail plate. The nail plate is dead. So it's not going to regenerate. It doesn't have any metabolic processes. That's why you can cut it and not feel any pain. The nail bed underneath, yes, it does have obviously blood cells, blood flow and everything else, but that's the nail bed. The nail plate is dead. So no, it doesn't have any unique benefits other than, yes, the beeswax or something, but then just put a beeswax. Oh, by the way, by myself, you know, it has beeswax. I'm kind of joking, but not. But anyway, so the treatment eliminates irregularities and cracks. Okay, so if what they mean is a crack that is very superficial, so just, you know, a little flake, then yes, it's going to remove it. But then it's exposing the lower layers of the nail to the environment and to be damaged. So it is recommended for brittle and splitting nails. I wouldn't recommend it. The preparations contain keratin. It doesn't. Vitamin A and E. Okay, but you should not, when it comes to cosmetics, you should not be actually using the word vitamin, because a vitamin is a supplement that you actually ingest, believe it or not. In cosmetics, you should be using the full ingredient name and not vitamins, because when people hear vitamins, they think that you can somehow absorb the vitamins through a dead nail plate. You can't. And it contains beeswax, which is true, and silica from Sea of Japan. I'm not sure. Isn't that like really polluted now from the, you know, from the reactors and stuff? So I'm not sure how healthy that is. But anyway, an additional effect of the treatment is gloss, yes, which lasts on the nail plate for 5 days. So yes, it does last on a nail plate for 5 days, because yes, when you shine something, let's say you have that piece of wood, the table, you buffed it nicely and shiny, and then the wood is out, you know, in the elements, in the sun, in the rain, blah, blah, blah. And it loses that shine eventually, right? So of course, because it gets damaged again. While the nutritional properties are 2 weeks. No, there was no nutritional properties because the nail is dead and you cannot feed a dead nail. I know it sounds nice, but that, I mean, I'm all for marketing and saying nice things about products. I mean, I say nice things about myself as well because it's very nice, but I'm not going to, okay, I don't think it's okay to be misleading, because this is misleading. It makes people think that the nails can eat and something can feed them. You cannot. Same thing, you cannot feed hair. Like once the hair is damaged, you cannot feed it. The only way you can feed it is you can feed the root from eating and, you know, having proper nutrition and stuff and water and all that. But once the hair is grown out, you cannot feed. You can condition. Yes, you can improve the appearance. Yes, you can to a degree improve or repair some of the bonds. But once the nail is stripped, it's not going to be a virgin nail. Once the hair is damaged with bleach, yes, you can condition it, like I said, but you will never have virgin hair, unfortunately. All right, so every 2 to 3 weeks, you should refill it, similarly to the gel or acrylic method. We perform a Japanese manicure to strengthen the natural nail plate. Brittle and fragile nails become strong and elastic. And please tell me how. Again, if the nail is damaged, it's not going to improve that much from scrubbing it. So yes, using oils, beeswax and stuff, but there was not that many oils. Like from what I understand, jojoba is one of the best oils because it penetrates the nail plate. And yes, it can condition, and it can improve the elasticity of the nail. So that will improve the strength, but it's not going to, scrubbing the nail, buffing it's not going to help for sure. The treatment gives them unique glow. Yes, okay. depending on the needs, we repeat the treatment every 2 to 3 weeks, during which time we do not paint nails with varnish. Okay, very quick personal experience story. So I have a client who did that to her toenails. And so she used, and so this kind of review covers these pastes and also the glass buffer. It does the same thing, really. So what she did is like, oh my God, look how beautiful my nails are, how shiny they are. So she did it on her toes. And yes, the nails were shiny. It was, I mean, okay, very nice and shiny. But what she did when the nail was growing out, like you could tell there was like this huge indentation in the nail. So she really removed half of her nail because you could see a huge dent. The nail was so damaged. It was like when you pressed on it, it was like flexible and pink. When she asked for nail polish, I had to be honest with her because I'm like, okay, in order to apply polish now on this shiny nail, I have to remove the shine, because it's like if you shined a table or a wall or something and now you are trying to paint it, it's going to flake off. You know that, right? So I'm like, I have to remove the shine in order for the nail polish to last. So now if I don't, the polish is just going to peel itself, because I scrubbed it really well with alcohol. It was still shiny. That's how effective it was. So she's like, okay, whatever, it's her toenails, they will grow out. So she's like, yeah, fine, remove the shine. But the nail was really damaged. So just because it's shiny and just because you sometimes are not using file, or just because it's glass somehow, I don't know if it's better or anything, it doesn't mean that it's healthy and it's somehow feeding the nails. Come on, guys. Anyway, so the pros and cons, okay? Let's be fair, because it's not always all bad. So the pros are the nice shine. The nails are not getting fed or anything like that. So yes, the nice shine, it's nice. Lasts for 5 days. Yeah, it's not peeling like a nail polish would peel. The benefit is that yes, you're not applying a nail polish, which also can be a little damaging to the nails because it oxidizes the nail plate and it's not good for the nails either. So yes, the benefit is that it's maybe more natural, okay? Also, I find, I don't know if these are truly like Japanese manicures or not, but from experience, because I've been in the industry for like 30 years and I look at many nails, I find that Japanese people Japanese, Chinese, Vietnamese have gorgeous nails. Naturally, they have absolutely gorgeous nails. And when you look at nail competitions, there is such a thing as nail competitions, usually, I mean, obviously not 100%, but you see a lot of Asian people because they have absolutely perfect sidewalls and their nail plate is quite thick. So let's say when you have someone that has a naturally very nice thick nail plate and you shine it a little bit once in a while, it probably is not going to make a big difference. It's not going to really damage the nail. So for some people, if your nails are very thick and if they're not really ridgy, maybe shining them a little bit would not be so bad. But if your nails are already weak to begin with, if they're peeling, so they usually, the reason for the peeling is because the top layer of the nail is already damaged. Or your nails are very ridgy, so you would have to really remove a lot in order to make it shiny. I wouldn't recommend it. I actually have, I'm not going to probably show you because one of the people that I did assessment for, that's what she did. She had very ridgy nail and she tried to file it and she actually filed through the nail and she had no nail left in the middle. So finally, I mean, it grew out, so it's all good, but this is what can happen. So yeah, once in a while, probably not a bad idea, but I would not believe in any of the claims that it actually improves nails that are prone to breaking or peeling or anything like that, because you're just going to remove part of your nail and that is permanent until the nail grows out. Anyway, so I hope this was not too long and I hope that I was able to answer your questions, and please let me know what you think. I'm really curious if you have had experience with this long term, because again, when you do that one time, it's fine because the nail has many layers. But if you keep doing it, then eventually you're going to file into the nail lower and lower, and you're gonna definitely damage it. So if you have had experience, please let me know in the comment section, because you know what, that way other people can learn from this as well. Okay, so thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you soon. Bye.